How Tesla, GM, and others will fix electric vehicle range anxiety. Although range anxiety in electric vehicles continues to be a major obstacle to their widespread adoption, automakers are actively attempting to address this problem with a variety of approaches. These are the best techniques that automakers such as GM and Tesla are using to reduce range anxiety. Number 7. Expanding charging infrastructure. The infrastructure for charging electric vehicles must be dependable and readily available in order to reduce range anxiety in its users. Acknowledging this, Tesla has constructed one of the largest and most effective global networks for charging, with thousands of supercharger stations positioned along major roads and in cities. Due to the rapid charging capabilities of these stations, long-distance driving is now possible for Tesla owners, who can recharge their cars in as little as 30 minutes. By allowing other EV manufacturers to access its supercharger network, Tesla has recently taken a big step that will improve the charging environment as a whole. Because they can share access to a dependable charging infrastructure, this initiative not only expands the number of charging stations that are available, but also strengthens the sense of community among EV users. A coalition of significant automakers, including GM, Ford, and others, has announced plans to build a new network of 30,000 fast chargers across the United States in addition to Tesla's efforts. In order to guarantee that EV drivers can easily locate charging stations, this ambitious project intends to install high-speed charging stations in key areas, such as along interstate highways and in urban centers. In order to improve the user experience, partnerships with charging network providers will be made in addition to the charger deployment. These partnerships will include features like real-time availability updates, payment processing, and charger location capabilities via mobile apps. Automakers are resolving one of the biggest issues facing prospective EV buyers and increasing the viability of electric vehicles for daily use and long-distance driving by greatly extending the charging infrastructure. Number 6. Improving battery technology. The performance of electric vehicles is largely dependent on battery technology, especially when it comes to range and charging speed. To produce batteries with greater energy density, quicker charging times, and longer lifespans, automakers are heavily investing in R&D. New chemistries like lithium iron phosphate and solid-state batteries are being added to conventional lithium-ion batteries to improve their performance and safety. Solid-state batteries, for example, have the potential to greatly increase energy density by using a solid electrolyte rather than a liquid one. This will enable vehicles to travel farther between charges and will also shorten the charging time. To enhance efficiency and longevity, automakers are not only creating novel battery technologies but also concentrating on refining battery management systems. The battery's lifespan can be extended by using an advanced BMS to monitor multiple parameters, including temperature, voltage, and state of charge, and ensuring that it operates within safe bounds. In addition, producers are making investments in battery recycling and second life uses, which can allay worries about battery disposal and environmental effects. Customers can anticipate electric vehicles with ranges that not only match but surpass those of conventional gasoline-powered cars as these advancements in battery technology continue to progress, allaying range anxiety and increasing the appeal of EVs for a wider range of users. Number 5. Educating drivers on efficient driving habits. One of the most important ways to combat range anxiety in electric vehicles is to teach drivers how to get the most out of their vehicle's range. It's possible that many EV owners are unaware of how their driving practices affect battery performance. With real-time feedback on driving efficiency, automakers are increasingly embedding educational resources into their vehicle interfaces. For instance, a lot of electric vehicles have energy consumption displays that illustrate how driving actions like speeding, braking, and acceleration impact the range of the car. Drivers can greatly increase their vehicle's range by encouraging smooth acceleration and deceleration, keeping consistent speeds, and making effective use of regenerative braking. Automakers are working with charging networks and EV advocacy groups to create comprehensive education campaigns in addition to in-car education. Online resources, seminars, and community gatherings are frequently a part of these campaigns, which educate present and prospective EV owners on how to maximize range. For example, some manufacturers provide guides on how to schedule trips that include stops for charging, highlighting the significance of route planning and reducing range anxiety. Automakers can enable customers to take charge of the EV experience and ultimately lessen worries about running out of charge by encouraging a culture of informed driving. Number 4. Providing fleet management solutions. Range anxiety can pose a major obstacle to the adoption of electric fleets by businesses that are contemplating the switch. Automakers are responding to this worry by providing fleet management solutions that are specifically tailored to assist businesses in making well-informed decisions regarding their investments in electric vehicles. Businesses can assess their unique operational needs with tools like the Electric Vehicle Suitability Assessment, which helps them find the best electric vehicles based on things like average driving distances, payload capacities, and accessibility to charging infrastructure. The EVSA offers businesses insights into the total cost of ownership, including potential savings on fuel and maintenance, in addition to assisting them in choosing vehicles that can satisfy their range requirements. Furthermore, automakers are working with charging providers to provide all-inclusive fleet charging solutions, which include fleet management software that tracks charging habits and vehicle performance, as well as on-site installations of charging stations. Fleet managers can optimize routes and charging schedules with the use of this software, which can offer real-time data on vehicle usage, minimizing downtime and maximizing efficiency. Automakers are helping businesses overcome range anxiety and embrace the advantages of electric fleets by offering these specialized tools and services, which will ultimately contribute to a more sustainable future. Number 3. Offering extended range vehicles. Automakers are offering plug-in hybrid electric vehicles and extended range electric vehicles to satisfy customers and businesses that need longer driving ranges. EVs are primarily electric-powered vehicles, but they also have a gasoline engine that can produce electricity in the event that the battery runs out, thereby increasing the vehicle's range. With this dual powertrain setup, drivers can travel farther without worrying about running out of fuel, which helps reduce range anxiety. For instance, cars like the now discontinued but renowned Chevrolet Volt allowed drivers to take advantage of the advantages of electric driving for shorter daily commutes and the security of a gasoline engine for longer distance travel. Conversely, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles combine an electric drivetrain with a conventional internal combustion engine, enabling them to run on electricity for short trips and gasoline for longer ones. Customers who might be reluctant to fully commit to all-electric vehicles because of worries about the infrastructure for charging or range limitations will find this flexibility especially appealing. Automakers are attempting to extend the electric-only range of these vehicles as battery technology advances, making them an even more alluring choice for buyers who want the best of both worlds. Automakers are reaching a larger demographic by providing vehicles with extended range, making electric mobility feasible and approachable for individuals who might have been discouraged by range anxiety in the past. Number 2. Implementing advanced navigation and trip planning tools. Automakers are incorporating sophisticated navigation and trip planning tools into their electric vehicles in an effort to further reduce range anxiety. These tools use real-time data to assist drivers in making efficient route plans. They consider the locations of charging stations, the battery level of the vehicle at any given time, and the estimated energy consumption based on the driving conditions. To ensure that the driver can reach their destination without running out of charge, many EVs now have navigation systems that can automatically suggest charging stops along a route. This optimizes the journey to minimize downtime. These systems can also tell drivers about the speed and availability of charging stations in the area, giving them more information to consider when choosing where to stop. Some manufacturers are even incorporating features that allow drivers to reserve charging spots in advance, reducing the uncertainty associated with finding an available charger. By enhancing the navigation experience and providing tools for better trip planning, automakers are empowering drivers to feel more confident in their electric vehicles, thereby reducing range anxiety and promoting greater adoption of EVs. Number 1. Collaborating with third-party charging networks. Automakers and third-party charging networks are working together more frequently to improve the charging experience for owners of electric vehicles. By extending the reach of charging stations outside of the automaker's exclusive network, these collaborations hope to give drivers additional choices and convenience. Companies such as Ford and GM, for example, have disclosed plans to integrate their cars with current charging networks, enabling drivers to access a greater number of charging locations with a single app or payment method. As part of this cooperation, unified payment systems are frequently created, allowing EV owners to charge their cars at different networks without requiring different accounts or payment methods. These collaborations help allay worries about the availability of charging stations, especially in less populated areas, by streamlining the charging procedure and increasing access to charging infrastructure. In order to make long-distance EV travel more practical, automakers may also collaborate with charging network providers to guarantee that fast charging options are accessible along major travel routes. By working together, automakers are tackling the important problem of charging accessibility, which will ultimately promote the adoption of electric vehicles in a more favorable environment. Automakers are attempting to reduce range anxiety and increase the viability and appeal of electric vehicles as a daily and long-distance driving option by putting these strategies into practice. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.